doing? Would you like to tell everybody what we're here for today?
We are going behind the scenes at the penguins at the St. Louis Zoo.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited. Do you think we get to feed one?
Maybe. I guess we go find out, right?
Yeah.
Paid enough to keep one. Yes, that's right. Stay tuned.
Yeah, all of us together.
Come along with us. You about ready for our penguin encounter? Yeah, we're excited. And it starts out on the north side of the zoo. You come to the Welcome Center, the Living World, and our tour starts downstairs, doesn't it, Cohen?
Yeah, we're gonna get a tour downstairs. Man, that'll be fun.
And what else?
The penguins, and the
penguins.
insects,
And
and the seals.
What? You kidding?
Yeah.
We'll start with the penguins today.
Yeah.
There are other tours, yeah.
Yeah.
But we need to go downstairs to the group tour desk to start.
We're the only pretty normal, zoo to be free. That way back in the 20s, the city and county agreed to pass a tax that would get the zoo going, and we are very, very committed to keeping this free. Okay, so we're going to go walking.
I will say too, we'll be up here for the first part, so and you can tell it's nice and warm. Before we head down to the cold, I will give you guys a fair warning, no worries. Keep any cameras or phones with you, because pictures are most definitely allowed during the tour. And I do have one other favor to ask of everyone. Just with avian influenza out and about, we are asking all guests to Penguin and Puffin Coast to wear these super awesome, super cool and fashionable shoe covers. They are one size fits most. If they don't fit, I understand. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Also up here, we have our holding rooms. We do have some friends we'll be meeting here in just a bit. Those rooms are always kept at 45 degrees, so they're always ready for any of our birds to come up. So it looks like we might have some big penguin fans in the group, huh?
No, I don't think he likes penguins at all.
I recognize that from Star Wars, right? Based off the puffins. So the penguins we have downstairs are what are called sub-Antarctic penguins. So they live on islands just north of Antarctica. So we do have the second biggest penguin, and someone who looks very similar to the Emperor. Do you know who this guy is?
King.
King, love it. This is the third biggest penguin and one of the fastest swimming penguins. Is our Gentoo, exactly. And then our third species we have downstairs is our rockhoppers. We do have 4 species of penguin here at the zoo. They don't live downstairs in the habitat. They actually live outside. And that's our Humboldt penguins. And a lot of people, when they come to the zoo on a nice St. Louis summer day, right around 100 degrees or so, they see penguins outside, they freak out a little. But these guys actually like that warm temperatures. They're from South America. Now, if you've been downstairs to our habitat before, you do know we have some other birds besides our penguins down there. We have our puffins. We have the tufted puffin and the horned puffin. So are you guys ready to meet some penguin friends?
Yes.
Okay. Is everyone okay with sitting on the floor?
If not, there are chairs.
Yep. Is everyone okay with getting back up from the floor? Okay. So I'm going to have you guys kind of sit around outside of this black square. On the floor. Before my penguin friends come out here, I do want to let you know, these guys actually volunteered to come to the U today. As funny as it may sound, it's really true. So in the back gate of the back area of our habitat, we have our keeper gate. So we can open that up and let the birds know that it's tour time. And the birds who want to are going to come out that gate, down the hallway, right to our elevator. Have a nice little elevator right up, and we can have them go right into the holding room. Okay, guys, so since our penguin friends volunteered to come up here today, they are able to walk around the entire room and go where they'd like to. But now that you're down on penguin level, if it feels like they're getting a little too close, let me know. We can move them back a little bit. And then the hardest part of the tour is, unfortunately, we cannot reach out to touch the penguins. As much as we want to pet them, snuggle them, hug them, try to stick them in our pocket to go home, we can't. But if, as the penguins are walking by you, they brush you with a wing or belly, that's perfectly fine. That's their choice. Here we go. Hello, friends. Oscar, you staying in? You'll shout, I know. Iris or Ethel. You find your person loose?
That one likes your dad.
Hi, guys. What are their names? So for today we have Iris, Ethel, and Nathan for our kings. And we have Miss Social Butterfly Lucy over there for our Gentoo.
Look at their necks, Cohen. Oh, that one likes your dad.
Yeah. You also have Miss Oscar, who's a Gentoo, but she does tend to like to stay in the room. I do like to keep the door open for her. That they want to take a little break, head in, cool off for a little bit, they can always do that.
Hi.
She just like adopted your dad.
Yeah, Lucy
That is too cute.
loves people. Yeah, they're very friendly. Hi, Nathan.
Nathan.
I haven't seen you up here in a minute, bud. Lucy's gonna come around and say hi. So that little bow with a hiss is actually a Gentoo greeting.
Oh, okay.
you too.
Oh, she's talking to Ashley. And what's her name?
Her name is Lucy.
Lucy. Hi,
She's
Lucy.
very, very social.
talking to your mom.
How are you doing, Nathan? Hey, big boy.
I know you kind of
Hi,
got to
guys.
keep your hands together so you remember not to pet him.
I know, it's so hard, especially with
Yeah.
Lucy. She loves
Hi.
being around folks.
Hello. Hi, guys.
She just keeps talking.
So,
Yeah. Do you
as you
smell
guys have
kitty
heard,
cat on
said their
there?
names. But our kinks look fairly similar. All Gentoos look fairly similar.
It's okay.
Carla, what does that mean?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Just talking to
Is that
him.
she-
Just talking, saying hi. She
I was
loves
gonna
being
say-
around people, being social. Say hello, look at me. I want to be the center of attention.
I was gonna say she has a cat, but she doesn't know the
She likes the
cat.
phone.
To see herself.
Oh, she like,
I
yeah.
will sometimes, they do like shiny things at
She
times.
seems fascinated with the phone.
Yeah, they like being around each other.
Look at these three.
So also get some legs, small like they're bigger, I can't. We'll sometimes see, we'll get some hearing or macrophone as well.
Are you feeling nervous about them?
Lucy, really? You weren't as interested last time. I was gonna say, she's probably not gonna go too far from people. So in a zoo setting, they can, a good age range can be mid to late 20s. We do have some birds here who are in their early 30s. I'd have to double check on the exact hatch date of most of these guys. I know Ethel's just over 5 years old. She has here at the zoo.
Sorry, I can't pet you. They told me I couldn't.
I know, she makes it hard. I told you it's the hardest part of the tour.
Oh, so
And she's
cute.
almost always in the same spot when you go in.
Oh, she loves her
The penguin
picture.
house. She's always.
Lucy hatched in December of 2014. So she's
in the
Lucy's 14. She hatched in 2014.
Hi.
So she's only 8 in December.
Hi.
She sees the string on your.
Oh, the string.
So
Whatever it
Hi.
takes to get over here.
we do have about 70 penguins in the building.
How are you doing?
About 70.
70?
And 20 puffins.
Oh.
So try to remember the hatch dates. It's a little difficult at times, but
Yeah.
Nathan, you're gonna miss out, buddy.
Yeah.
Ethel, you wanna be a good girl? Show them how you, no? Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. And you'll notice too, penguins have their own personalities. You can tell Lucy's a social butterfly.
How are you doing?
Ethel can sometimes be a little more wary. I know she does not like the towel at all. So when I have to go clean up the job security here in a minute, she won't be quite as happy. Nathan, what you doing, big boy? As they're standing here, you might notice with their eyes, they actually have a third eyelid that comes from the side. It's called a nictitating membrane. Big fancy long word. But it acts like a goggle when they're swimming.
Yeah.
See, Nathan reaching up his neck, so they
You
have
see
nice
yourself?
long necks. In their mouths too. I know Lucy's been opening hers a little bit, but you'll notice they don't have any teeth in their beaks, but they do have some little spikes that point down towards the back of their throat. And what that is, when they catch a fish out in the wild, the spike will help the
Say,
fish to go down their throat, because they actually
What
don't
is
chew their food. They swallow it whole.
Oh.
Luce.
She's gonna steal your camera.
She's very curious. Trying to say, hey, what's going on here? What is this?
Yeah. It's something
So we do
different.
try and do enrichment with our birds several times a week. That's giving them something new, something to think about.
Here.
One of my favorite enrichments is actually our bubble machine that we can set up downstairs. And especially our young birds love the bubbles. We'll kind of follow them around. We also have a giant ice machine downstairs where we can put out ice for them to walk on and make big
Do it.
mounds of it.
Don't pet her.
Oh, I'm trying not to.
He used to own
Trying
parakeets.
not to.
He used to own
I know, you don't
parakeets.
have to tell,
When I
sweetheart.
first started this.
Thank you for not walking in it. I appreciate that.
Is there anything to give them for bird flu for aging?
Not really.
Okay.
We do use a little bit of medicine with our Humboldts, just because they're outside and at higher risk for mosquito bites. And some of the different things that will carry. I'm really surprised they're not interested in fish today, but that's okay. Some days, sometimes they're hungry, sometimes they're not.
So are they on a strictly fish diet? diet?
Yep, that's all they eat is fish. What do you think, Luz? Yeah.
Grill.
Really? So for these guys, they're gonna get all
Oh,
fish.
dropped one. There you go.
I know, you did. Come on, silly girl. Yeah, there you go. Swallow it down.
Wow.
So you go right down the hatch, huh? What's amazing is some of our Gensus will also eat some of our herring and mackerel, which can be a little bit bigger. What do you think, Iris? I know Nathan didn't want. Nathan? I'm surprised, buddy.
I'm hungry.
So they do not have.
And now is his time. And again, they have a nice buffet downstairs. We do weigh the birds monthly. Just make sure they're not eating too much or too little. There you go. Good boy.
There they come.
Nice and gentle. Love it. Iris? Huh?
Lucy, did you know you got one?
Nathan?
Did that taste good?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that tastes good.
Yep. You'll notice too, our penguins do have little nails on their feet. They keep those pretty trim themselves, but we do always keep an eye on them just in case they need a little extra trim.
Those are feet.
Lucy says, I am a diva at times, and I must be the center of attention. But that's okay, she's a sweet girl.
They're so pretty.
So we do work with breeding our penguins here at the zoo. We are always very successful with our kings and our humbolds. It had been a couple of years since we had a rockhopper chick, but then in late 2020, and late last year again, we had rockhopper chicks hatch. That was Opal and Pebbles.
I've seen them.
We do try and have fun with their names, so you know Opal, Pebbles, kind of rocks and gemstone themes. For rockhoppers, we've also had Justin, Brittany, Christina, so rock stars. For kings, we can go for a royal name. We have Tut downstairs. We have Kong. We have BB King. We've had Stephen King here before. We try and have fun. Sometimes they get a little bit more of a hodgepodge. Our last Gen 2 chick who hatched here was Oshi. The horse with CJ Oshi on the blues. Ethel and her friend Elliot, who's downstairs, hatched about 5 years ago. And then our newest king, who just turned a year old in July, is Elmer. And for kings, they will come out of an egg this size.
Wow.
So I know, imagine these guys coming out of an egg this size. And then within about 3 to 4 months, they're basically the same size as a full-grown king penguin. But they still have all their fluffy, downy chick feathers, so they are giant flukes balls. It's really hard to tell because they're very small and very compact. There's about 40 to 80 feathers per square inch on the penguins.
Is Elmer still here?
He's looking
Elmer
at
is still here. Yeah. So we do work with the Association of Zoos and Aquariums, the AZA, and their species survival programs. And they'll look at the penguins not just in our population, but across North America. And they'll make recommendations to new penguins around based on breeding, based on space and availability, pairing the
Sorry.
let us know who's more
Good thing.
She is. And as you can tell, she's actually been talking, but not super loud yet. I know it may not seem like that, but she can get even louder when she wants to. And kings have their own nice loud calls. Rockhoppers have their own. So when you get a couple of penguins going all together, you can get quite loud downstairs.
I bet. That would be deafening.
It can be.
I mean, if you had 70 of them, you said.
Yep. They won't all go at once, but even if you get a handful, sometimes they can be nice and loud. And what Lucy did there, lifting up and kind of puffing up her feathers, it's actually a cooling mechanism. So she can lift up her feathers, let a nice little breeze in, and then put her feathers back down, kind of like opening up wine. So unfortunately, that's going to be my sign that it is about time for these guys to head back in just a minute or two. Oh, Lucy, you're telling me it's about that time, huh? I'm going to have you guys help me out here right before I get them back into the room. I'm going to have everyone kind of slowly stand up and move towards one of the walls against the side.
They're gonna march
You gonna say
out.
bye to everyone? Kind of walk around and say bye? This is sometimes like herding cats. Come on, Luce. Luce, you're doing so good. I love it. Thank you, Lucy. See if you can see any of the keepers over that way.
Bye, guys.
That was cool.
What do you guys think of meeting our penguin friends? Very cool. Very cool. So for the next part of our tour, we'll actually be heading downstairs to the public space of the habitat. So we can actually go ahead and take our shoe covers off.
Look at the cattail.
Yep, that's their feathers. So this is actually the little hallway our penguins walk down to go to the elevator.
Aw, how cute.
The door we're going to head out is going to lead us right into the main public space. And then next time you guys come and visit Penguin Apartment Coast, you'll see this door and know exactly where it leads. You guys are ready. Go to the door over there before.
When you walk in, if you're regular visitors, you come in to those doors, and most people don't even pay attention to the fact that that's there.
It really wants you to feel like you're in the penguin's home. So we didn't want the floor to ceiling glass. We wanted that good line of sight. We wanted you to feel how cold it is in their home. Hear some of the sounds. One thing that really makes it feel like their true home is actually the lighting. So being in the southern hemisphere, their seasons are the opposite of ours. So we're finishing up with summer, getting ready for fall. They're actually finishing up with winter, getting ready for spring. So right now the lights in here are a little bit dimmer. Their daylight hours are a little bit shorter. And the lights are set on a timer where they'll automatically adjust to those southern hemisphere settings. And we saw a couple of rockhoppers kind of disappear. There's actually a tunnel underneath the floor right here and one on the other side that connects the two sides of the habitat. So it's actually one big habitat. The far side over here, though, is really designed for rockhoppers and mines. You'll notice there's really no big spaces for our pigs to all get out and hang out together. There's upper areas for our rockhoppers to climb up and visit. You will notice we do have a couple of gentoos, like Linus up there, who like to take their rockhopper at times and go visit. It's cold. To say, after working in here a while, you start getting used to it. But even as keepers, when we're in here cleaning, we're working with hoses and more water. So we'll have a nice hoodie on normally. We have these big coveralls that we wear because we're working with a hose and a scrubber. Sometimes down on our hands and knees scrubbing. So as you're taking care of animals, it's always a learning process and adjusting when you're taking care of their health and their needs. Especially as you deal with an aging population too. So I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the story of Enrique the rockhopper. We actually used to see it right up here. Enrique had an issue very similar to arthritis. And when we put the cream on to help with his foot condition, when he would swim, the cream would come off. So we actually partnered with a special company and we made him special little shoes. They were made out of a wetsuit material. They had grips on the bottom, so he could swim in them, he could get up out of the water in them, he could walk in them. But after we put the cream on and put the shoes on, the cream would stay on his feet. And it helped his quality of life. It was a little chilly, but are you guys ready to head across the equator and visit our puffins? You can head right this way then. There's no one swimming right now. A lot of them are all up on land. So that is a question we get pretty often is, since puffins are flighted birds, how do we keep them in here? And it's all to do with habitat design. So there are some birds like robins and cardinals that can fly just from standing still. Ducks and puffins actually need a running start. So you'll notice that the layout is going the long way, so there's a lot of hills and bumps. And it also doesn't come very far out into the water. There's really no place for them to build off that momentum for flight. Well, I know Pat has a little thank you gift for you guys, for each group, for coming on the tour with us today. And I want to thank you guys as well. I had a blast taking you around, telling you about our penguins and puffins, and hope you guys meet a couple of them all.
Thank you very much.
But it's funny that at night when we're talking about how the penguins, sometimes they just jump out, and the keepers would come in the morning and find all these penguins walking around. They didn't know how to get back in. And so I was talking to some guests, and some of the security people who were in there said, oh, I was wondering why they put boards out at night so that when they get out, they can go back up the board and go back in.
That's neat.
Yeah, so that was pretty good.
So what did everybody think about the penguin experience?
Cute.
Very.
Great.
One of a kind thing worth checking out for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very much so. And it was literally cool. Very cool.
It
At
was.
the end, yes. That part you could do for free.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really, really cold.
Make sure you go, if you can, sign up on the website and do one of the tours. It's worth the money. Yes,
There's several different tours.
yes. Unfortunately, you can't pet them, but it was still very cool to have them come up and like literally right in front of you. So that was a lot of fun.
And they were a little bit loud sometimes.
Maybe a little frightening a little bit.
Pecked at your shoestring.
Yeah.
And they gave you a gift for taking the tour
Yes.
as well.
We got a bag. There's the front of it and the back of it. And they gave us a folder. And then inside is some information about the penguins that we saw and a coupon for 10% off. And then my favorite thing that they gave us was this cute little penguin magnet, which I thought was just perfect to commemorate the day.
And
Check it out.
we got this awesome, cute penguin.
Yeah,
That wasn't part of the tour,
at the
but
gift shop.
yeah, it's at the gift shop.
And at the gift shop, we got this cute little penguin pin.
It's so cute with its crazy eyes.
Wow.
But definitely overall, very great experience.
It was a good time.
Yes.
check it out. So be sure to like and subscribe, comment, and go to the zoo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go to the zoo.
Bye. Thanks for watching.